You're listening to the Mid-20s Crisis with me, Mark Shudbolt.
And me, Ben Pounce.
Pouncer, yeah.
Thanks. We're on YouTube, mate.
We're on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
Don't take me by surprise like that.
Sorry about that.
Hi, YouTube.
And we're nice and sound checked.
I've got to send a text first. Why don't you talk to YouTubers?
Well, this is bad content. I'm going to cut this off. We're proper YouTubers now. Did that little animation. So now we're YouTubers. We've got a little intro bit. We're going to squeeze people for likes and comments and subscribe. Smash that like button!
It's hard to commit to that, isn't
It
it?
is.
What
did you think? Do you think it was still a bit...
Yeah, you withdrew a bit, you pulled your punch a little bit on it.
I took myself by surprise by doing it, so I wasn't all the way there yet.
True. But yeah, so if you're on YouTube, congratulations. Well, I think we got 20 views on the last one on
It's
YouTube.
way more than that. We're up to 40.
40?
40.
Hello, at least 40 people.
40.
Presumably.
40. Hello,
Right.
welcome to the podcast as
Oh
well.
my
that
God.
I'm just activating things with Mark's prior consent.
I'm just sending a text in life, and then all you do is you come around. Did you just do it too?
No, that was a really quick run round the
Oh.
table to see if the GoPro was recording, and
So-
it definitely is.
Right,
Look at that! Look at that! This
Ben-
is a professional operation now. I almost
Right.
booted over my beer straight away, so that would have been good.
We've got beers this time, so you're in for a big one.
We're in for an absolute big one.
So welcome to episode. It's not what Ben's been naming them recently because he skipped one, which
I skipped one. I'm so sorry.
yeah, I think it's actually 37.
It's 37
now.
again.
Yeah, because we skipped one around Christmas time. So some of you might have.
It was a leap Christmas. That was the problem.
What you might have been doing though is lying, right? Because
This week's topic is lying.
this week's topic is lying. So in the second half, I'll be telling you all sorts of incredible stuff about Pinocchio.
I'll be telling you even more stuff, but not about Pinocchio.
Yeah, our favourite lies we've told, all sorts
Mhm.
of ways that lies have got us into bad situations and things like
Excellent. You're trailing lots of stuff I haven't prepared, so I'm
No.
looking forward to this entire segment.
that. I've also just made that up off the top of my head, so
Okay, excellent.
hopefully remember to do
Setting
all that.
ourselves up to fail.
But we're going to have loads of crazy content in lies, and but for now,
Content that's worth sticking around for.
I thought I'd start off with something I accidentally put in a large WhatsApp group that
Oh,
we're
yes.
involved in.
That's a really good idea.
Did you see the picture that I posted in the WhatsApp
Yeah.
group of a dog in
Yes.
the mist?
Yeah, romantic dog.
Yeah, it was a romantic dog in the mist. But the reason that had happened is because I'd been running. I was running sort of through the countryside on a lovely sunrisey morning,
Mm-hmm.
and suddenly this dog bounded up at me. And
Wild dog.
It saw me for
Wild dog.
black.
Black wild dog.
Yeah, black. Well, he wasn't wild. He was clearly someone's dog, right? But he saw me from a mile off. But I could tell from really far away he'd gone like that. And-
Laser guided dog.
and absolutely bolted at me, and I was like, "Well, it's probably not going to maul me." So, but like, I'll just
So you were
speed up a
totally
little. Yeah, I sped up, and then he came at me, so I jumped over a ravine. Well, not a
Really?
ravine, but
Great big ravine.
a small dike.
Yeah.
I jumped over a little dike, and I was on the other side, and then I could see his little face, like,
He was a happy dog.
yeah, his
That's
little face
good.
was like, "Oh no, he's ready to play."
Yeah.
So I jumped back over the dike and gave him a little pat.
Yeah.
Then I started running, and he followed me for about half an hour.
That's
This
lovely.
little
Maybe
black
his
doggy.
own. Shouldn't you lead him astray?
I think
Maybe
he
he
was-
never got home.
Well, I think he was a gun dog, and that had already put me on edge because I thought I was going to get
He's advanced.
shot.
He's an advanced dog. He knows what he's about.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
He's a countryside dog. He knows all the streets.
Okay.
But I was worried about
Okay.
getting shot as well by the
Not by him.
by the dog. The dog had a gun too.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah,
That's
But
terrifying.
I was hearing all this gunfire around, and a dog started chasing me. You know what I'm like? I panicked.
You thought the 5-0 were after you and were all guns blazing, taking no prisoners.
Yeah, but that was quite nice.
That sounds lovely though. So you ended up having a romantic jog with a dog, whereas before you thought you were going to get gunned down by inner city street dog.
Not in a city.
But maybe he was in the countryside, having been recently in the city to
Oh,
buy
right.
the gat that he was shooting you with.
True. But no, but countryside people have more guns than city people,
That's true.
and their guns are more powerful.
way more power. Two. Some of them, some of them have two holes for the bullets to come out of.
Yeah, just
That's
so
too many holes if you ask me.
yeah, for killing the maximum amount of crows.
Yeah, hate crows.
Just that reminds me.
Mhm.
You know how last week I said free scribs, gang,
Yes.
gang, gang.
Yes, I do remember it.
He was today freed.
Oh, hooray! So,
So,
all of your efforts have
Thanks
not
for
been-
everyone who
How-
put in a good word for scribs.
I don't remember you giving any sort of instruction about how people would go about freeing the scribs. Or was
Well,
it
it's
just
obviously
about,
worked.
Right.
I'm at one
It was
with
about
people.
positive feelings.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Mr. Scribs is free.
How you doing, mate? You're depressed. Because I was depressed before. Now you're depressed.
I'm not. I'm not depressed. I'm sort of seething with boredom now. I think that's the way to describe it. I've had a tough week of work where, you know, when work is a bit like, this seems like lots of work and for not as much money as it ought to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm having one of those times where you think probably people could just pay me to do the podcast, and then we'll just live off this fantasticness. Yeah. We're so professional these days. Look at this long black arm thing that holds this microphone. That's brand new.
Yeah, we couldn't really work that before.
Yep. And look, we're facing the camera.
Yeah,
so that's something. So we're a YouTube setup.
So visit us on youtube.com.
Yep. Where we're the Mark and Ben.
Don't give the specific instructions, or are we supposed to?
Why not?
I thought we were supposed to just say youtube.com.
Oh, what? Just part of the endless joke of...
It's funny just to say, go to YouTube.
No, to be fair, it is funny. But yeah, no, I'm fine actually. I'm having a good time. It's nice to be back on the podcast. And feeling all relaxed, having a little biscuit and having a nice time, which is, isn't that a lovely thing to listen to? I'd really like to listen to two flavour guys having a nice one, kicking back, shooting the breeze. Why do people say shooting the shit as well? Has A, really easy, right? Because shit is inanimate and you just shoot it on the floor.
And it make a
B,
mess.
spatter your shoes.
Yeah, it would.
I don't understand.
Or horrible and brown.
Horrible expression.
But shooting the breeze is even easier. Because that's just...
implies you've missed the crow that you hate in the countryside, shooting the breeze. Maybe it's about being sort of hysterically paranoid, where any wind goes by and you suddenly pop out behind your bed and shoot it.
I was thinking earlier on today about wind. I went out and said to myself, "Oh, it's a bit bluster rhymes." That's a good joke, isn't it?
It's not bad. For anyone interested in sort of early 2000s rappers, Busta Rhymes. Yeah, look him up.
And it's, you know, like blustery.
Yeah,
Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day.
Yeah,
what about that?
Yep, I suppose that's the thing, isn't it, about wind?
But I mean, it's good, isn't it?
What do you mean? In what way is it good? It's just something. Lots of your things that are good are just something, aren't they? It's a real drawback. No, I've got too much negativity in me now. I've spoiled everyone's listenings.
What I was trying to say is, wasn't that nice, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day?
It was very lovely.
It's one of my favourite stories.
I know we did.
I just wanted to talk about it, but you just shot me down.
Sweet. It's very sweet.
You shot me down like the shit or a breeze.
Yeah, right downtown. Yeah, Mark and I used to listen to a little cassette in my room on a sort of... Remember when stereos, little compact stereos, were like little cubes? And it had like little speakers here, like a little pair of breasts, and then it had a little CD whoop at the top and a little tape player at the front. Whoop.
Yeah.
This is visual content, everyone on the podcast.
It makes no less sense. Right. I'm sitting right next to him, and that makes no sense. Even
heaps of sense. And then it had a little handle, like you might walk around the park with it. It was lovely. It's like, I'm sure you could have got cool boombox ones that were out of the 80s, but little 90s kids had little compact CD players.
Yeah, I had a very compact one. It was multicoloured, but I was scared of it in the middle of the night when I used to listen to Paddington.
Yeah.
And when it got halfway through, the cassette would click out, and that would scare the bejeebies into me.
That was terrifying. Yeah. When the cassette finished.
Yeah, and it woke you up.
Yeah, terrifying. That reminds me, actually, Claudia went to the gym this morning, and because she turned the light on to get ready, she tried to cover my eyes with like a little smelly lavender pad, and obviously I was completely asleep. So it started happening, and I was terrified. And I
thought you were going blind.
I sort of, my whole body convulsed, and I smashed my head into the wall.
Ow.
And then I sort of went, "What are you doing?"
Why?
And she was trying to be all sweet and like try and make me so I couldn't see all the bright light. But
Yeah.
actually, it caused me to pull a header straight into the wall.
Oh, you just didn't fit into
The
that
old
context,
days.
did you?
Fortunately, I very quickly realised it was a very sweet thing she was trying to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I might be like, "Well, what the hell are you doing?" and try and batter her.
But how would you react in like in a massage parlour or a spa? Like someone starts massaging you
On edge.
Don't touch my bum!
On edge, mate. I'm on edge the whole time. A little jittery personal space monger.
I'd like to congratulate you on the podcast for your beeping skills for us swearing.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah, it was. It sounded really good. If you heard this swearing last week, beeped.
I beeped it on the podcast, didn't I? I left this free and breezy.
Yeah. YouTube, anything goes on YouTube.
Anything goes. Dangerous things go on YouTube.
Weird things go on YouTube.
Horrible career-ruining things.
Do you think anyone will ever get to one of these videos and go, "Oh, I'm on the weird bit of YouTube again"? You know when that happens?
No, I
People
think
say
it'll be
that?
on that sad bit. You know when you... I like on Reddit where you see people post, like, my brother has been making these sort of very intricate Lego videos for 9 years. I told him that, you know, Reddit wouldn't care, so I posted it and like a couple of thousand people go and look at it.
You're going to write a sob story of your own pretending you're someone
Exactly
else
that.
about
That
this.
is the new marketing strategy. Like, my two simple friends have been
Who
doing this.
recently died.
Exactly, anything.
Yeah.
Who've recently got spiked on the bottom by a cactus, have now been making this useless podcast for.
Yeah.
I think we're like 8 months in now.
Gosh.
You enjoying it?
No.
I think it's brilliant. I'm having a really good time about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not very happy with our listeners. I think we could do a
Oh,
bit of
please
better.
don't do this.
Once we're done with this very low quality of listening.
Once we've had to sort of sucked the blood from all of these listeners and
Yeah.
moved on to a better class of listener.
And viewers, of course.
I think the viewers are brand new. Let's
No,
not
you might be fine. You've
cause
got,
them to be enemies already.
well, they had the chance to, I don't know, do things, comment, didn't they? We told them to comment.
We had a few comments.
Did
My
we?
mum was horrible again.
She was, wasn't she?
My mum is consistently horrible.
What did she say?
She said, "Don't do it every day," or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, yeah, don't do
No,
the podcast.
don't do it every day.
So the only comment we got about shall we do a podcast every day for a month?
It's just
no,
no.
no, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's
too
where we're
bad.
at the moment.
I thought that might be nice. We might break a few records.
I think we're doing good try, even if my parents are particularly discouraging.
Did you see the Queen today?
Yeah, I saw the Queen out the window. Our office looks onto Queen's house.
You were like, oh, I thought we were in, because your meeting rooms are called. You were like, oh no, I was in San Fran when I saw her,
Yeah.
and that confused me because
Yeah.
his meeting
I wasn't
rooms are named
actually
after
in San
American-
Francisco.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm behind the times actually. I think they're called different fruits now. It's tough to keep up with such wanky office politics.
We have one. It's called the meeting room.
That's quite good.
Yeah.
So you just have one, and it's just called. Do you want to go to the meeting room with
Yeah.
me?
Meeting room 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's good.
That would work.
Yeah. Apparently, it's easier to call them obscure things that have no bearing on the room.
Oh.
It's not.
or just be like east and
Yep.
west and north.
Yep.
That works.
All things viable, but yet to be committed to by my
Right.
office manager.
I am worried that I've got nothing. Oh yeah, no, I have got a good thing to say.
Hooray!
Emmanuel Macron,
Yes.
President of France,
Yep.
started following me on LinkedIn.
Well, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
What's he up to?
I'm not sure if it's the real one. I think he's.
I just go for it. Just be like, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
It is him.
Nice one, Emmy. Which
Excellent.
I think is the. Yeah, so Emmanuel Macron's
You and
following
Ems.
me on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Proving it's a dead format, fit for no, fit for nothing. But also, like it. But just before, a couple of weeks before, it was. You know, everyone must be aware of influencers, are they? I'm sure
Yeah,
you are.
must be.
But just in case the old people are listening, which I know them to be,
Make up a huge part of our audience. We're
Basically-
like the Tory party, dependent on the grey vote. That's why we've got to really curtail our content.
yeah, and Jesus died for our sins.
Yeah, so just
Also.
bear that in mind. Christian podcast.
Podcast.
You know. Jesus forgives mispronunciation.
So an influencer, I'll remember why I'm talking about this in a minute. Oh yeah, I remembered. Is someone basically in the public sphere, usually online, who has influence. I know it sounds stupid, but they're used in marketing to sell things. So they can deliberately be an influencer, like that's their job.
Like Mrs. Kayla, we had on the podcast last week.
Yeah. So she's become an influencer as a result of being all fit and healthy.
Fit and nimble.
Yeah. So she's so now if she goes, I drink juice every day, everyone goes,
I love juice!
That's what I need to do.
I could be exactly her if I was drinking juice!
And there's other people that are sort of accidentally influencers, like just people who are famous anyway. Like all celebrities have always been influenced.
Like James Corden being fat. I think that's,
Yeah,
that's
he's
his major influence.
Yeah.
It's okay to have those weird inward nipples. You know when boys have like breasts and then inward nipples?
That's true, yeah.
That's dark.
Yeah.
I remember there was a Scottish boy at school that used to... Scotch boy at school who used to, in the changing rooms, would whip off his towel having shrieked, what does a Scotsman wear under his... what are their little
Kilts?
dresses called? Kilts.
Yeah.
Nothing at all,
Right.
and then he'd be naked. I'm really
little
focused
soldier.
on the fact that his nipples were inward.
Oh.
Yeah.
Had
about that?
been swallowed up by his fat body?
No, they were just the nipple was inward.
Very flaccid.
Yeah, like it was so lackluster and not looking forward to life. Yeah, that's inward.
Damn. Okay.
That's proof. Proof on the podcast. Mark has inward nipples. He was the Scotch boy. This has all been an illusion.
The Scotch boy. So anyway, the reason I'm talking about influencers is because on LinkedIn, it knows I work in marketing and thinks I want to know about influencers. They're a very big thing for 2018.
Right.
And it goes, influencers you might be interested in.
Number Mark and Ben. Huge influencers. Go out and buy Toblerone and Pogs.
Yeah, both together.
And catapults. Small ones.
Big ones?
Frogs. Live frogs, not toads.
No, no way.
Maybe buy some slippers for your mother.
Yeah.
I don't know, she might like it if she's got cold feet.
Yeah.
Buy hard sole, not soft sole. What's the point of soft sole slippers? That's the real question.
Yeah, water gets through if you step on the bit of water in the kitchen.
Watergate. That's what Watergate was all about.
Yeah. Shut up, right? Yeah, so influencers you might be interested in, and the top one was Emmanuel Macron, President of France. It's like, he's not an influencer. He's the president of a major country.
Yeah, that is good. So as a top influencer, he's chosen to follow you.
Yeah.
So he's going to tell you all of the above. As I mentioned before,
fromage,
toads, not frogs. He's actually a counter-influencer to me.
Toblerone.
Not Toblerone. He doesn't like
Swiss, isn't it? Not French.
So he likes French chocolate. Milka. That's what he likes.
Is Milka French?
Don't know.
I think Milka might be Swiss.
I think I've bought it in France, so I think that counts.
I've bought it in England.
Well. That's the controversy of the day. And that's how you say controversy.
No, it isn't. Let's talk about lies then, shall we? You big sack of bollock.
No, hush you be. We're going to have an advert.
That's what I mean. I meant after the adverts.
Well, don't be much more specific. We're professionals now. We've produced over 37 of these.
Shut up.
I know, this is the 37th, isn't it? Because we're deeply unprofessional and yet to be able to count.
Yeah, so see you after the break.
See you after the breakle.
Poo.
McAkle. YouTube, you still hear you little beauties. Maybe they'll get an advert. Do you want a little advert?
No, everyone's still here. The podcast is still on. You've not stopped that yet. You idiot.
Professionals.
Right, we'll go to the break now. Right, yeah.
Look at these smug YouTubers sat there like it's okay.
Right, YouTube. I need to do a toot. Can I do a toot on YouTube?
Don't you dare do a toot on YouTube. Although that little floorboard that I keep treading on sounds exactly like a toot.
Yeah.
So maybe you could walk over there and tread on that floorboard and maybe you'll be okay. Have you got a nice lot of points?
No, and I can't remember lies
behind the curtain. Maybe we'll have like a little thing that comes by like behind the curtain. And then YouTube's like, whoa, look at these professional guys. Wow.
There you go, that's the curtain.
Behind the curtain.
Or my phone screen.
Right.
Well, should we hit them hard?
Oh God, what the hell is happening here? 1, 2, 1, 2. Phlegm.
Welcome back to the mid-20s crisis. We're talking about lies, and first of all, I haven't actually done our most famous section.
Oh yeah,
lies.
Well, maybe squeeze it in now. Tell us one lie.
We have recently won.
Why don't you do that awful team building thing where people are like, oh, I've got a good idea of making people know each other. Maybe you could tell me 2 lies about yourself and 1 truth.
Okay.
Or is it the other way around?
All right.
Either way, it makes me want to put a fucking gun in my mouth.
Ben's not had a good day. Right. All right. I could do 2 lies and 2 truths and a lie.
Is
right,
that
very
way
quickly.
That scans better. Here he comes. Let me vamp for you because I know I've really put you on the spot here and tell you and regale you about something that I'm not actually going to say, but just giving Mark a little bit of time. But this is what we do because we're professionals.
Regale something actual.
Oh, what? Not a real thing. Let me have a look at my notes. For example, maybe I'll tell you like children, right? And the fundamental sort of developmental bit about lies, which is really interesting. So lies are a real sign of cognitive development within children. This is boring, but interesting. Mm-hmm. So I was just having a little read about...
Can't be both.
No, it is. The development of children and the cognitive attributes that they are able to deal with as little tiny people growing up in the world, and the different types of lies they're able to tell as they grow. So, little children, like three-year-old little idiots, like barely got hair or teeth. I don't really know what children look like. And they're able to tell primary lies, which are basically just spurious nothingness, which are just are similar to, Mum said that I didn't want to go to bed.
Like what the stuff you tell to your babysitter when you go, my bedtime's midnight.
Yeah, but it's got no proper backing, and if questioned, they're just like, yeah, no.
Oh, what they just
It's
lie
really
for no
it's a
reason.
really sort of thin lie. It's
Right.
like a nothing lie, not much back, not like a beautifully constructed backstory.
Yeah.
And then they get on when they're sort of, I think it's about 5 to 6. They then tell secondary lies, which are like more plausible and geared towards the mental state of the person. So rather than it just being like a weird veiled statement, like, "Oh, my mum lets me have donuts all the time and carrots never." They say like, "Mum said that we could have the pizza that's in the fridge," and it's like, that's real, and you're the babysitter and you might believe that. And then when they're like 8, you're still growing like a little person, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Little idiot children don't have a clue because they're just like running around and bouncing into each other and putting Play-Doh up their bum. And they then 8 years old then can construct like whole webs of lies that use facts and like
it's scary though how some little people can
I don't think that's amazing.
fabricate lies. Yeah.
Little lying 8-year-olds.
Well, that was one thing I was going to say though. That I think there are some people that are better and more used to lying.
More natural liars.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're necessarily bad people, because I think I probably lie quite a lot, but just because I can't be bothered to explain things a bit more.
I think lots of your reasoning behind lies is important to the lie, isn't it? Because if you're just I'm getting onto all my points. What's your
Oh, my two truths.
Did you think of?
I have thought of them actually in my head.
Excellent. Let's have them.
Right. They're all going to be school time based.
That's a good idea.
One of them was I planned and successfully wooed someone within a day, especially by singing to them in assembly. By singing next to them loudly in assembly.
Excellent.
I scored the last minute equaliser against Longthorpe United for Castor.
Okay.
And I once ate 6 entire packets of crisps.
Blimey.
Salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar crisps. One sitting. You killed them all. And what is this? Is 2 truths, 1 lie.
2 truths, 1 lie.
So I've got to root out the lie.
Yeah.
Shall I guess?
Yeah, well, talk me through my options
Okay,
first.
well, so the last minute equaliser to Longthorpe United, which is an even smaller village than we grew up in.
Better school though. Better football team.
Oh really? Okay, so that's a gloat. Just no one has any context.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's fairly plausible. You were on the football team.
I was a defender.
Right. That adds
Left back.
doubt to the.
The left back.
But that's why you're so pleased with it.
Yeah. I've given it away by being too proud.
The one about crisps, I totally believe, and if that isn't true, I'm sure it's happened in some sort of scenario. You're just not remembering properly. I think maybe we found the weakest link, where you successfully wooed anyone by singing gregariously.
Not gregariously, well.
So we're talking like well.
Yeah, very well.
Do you mind if I ask a quick follow-up question?
I might not remember the details, but
okay.
you ask.
It was just about age.
Oh, it's about 9 or 10.
Okay, so able to come up with pretty decent
I
lies.
had the voice of an angel. I was the voice of my generation.
Right. Which generation is that?
I don't know, like millennial.
You were the voice of the millennials.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think it's that one that you wooed anyone.
The lie.
Yes.
Was the crisps.
You've well eaten 6.
Nah, 4, maybe 5, not 6. No, the hold on. Yeah, so yeah, it's true. It was Heather Hunt in school.
You wooed Heather Hunt.
One day,
particularly well.
One day I went. I decided I was going to try. I was going to try and pull Heather Hunt.
Right, at 8 years old, what you are.
Yeah, I think I was 9 or 10.
You thought Heather Hunt is a bit of something special.
Yeah, I think maybe I'd had a dream about her or something.
Excellent.
I don't know.
She had very nice plaits.
I was only 9.
She?
Just
very nice plaits.
Very nice. Yeah, long hair.
Long hair plaits.
But I tried to sit next to her a bit. I tried to sit, and she's like, "You sing really well," and I was like, "Yep." Pulled.
So that was it. So
that was
I should have
pulling.
asked about the criteria
of pulling. Yeah. She said I sang really well.
Yeah.
But that's because I was like,
well done, though, mate. So you really sold it out.
Yeah. Like we're holding one ear.
Like,
give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning.
Yeah,
it
should
was.
have had a couple of backing singers as well. That would have helped you out.
Yeah.
Categorically awful at singing, but we'll come across that on another podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not a good singer. Awful singer. Do you reckon you could think of two truths and a lie whilst doing a podcast? Because I might not be able to bang on as long as you just did about.
How dare you?
Sorry.
My ability to bang on and on has been commended to me by a number of speechless idiots.
Well, one thing I wanted to say to you.
Oh yes. Why is this? This is like a intervention.
Something I wrote down earlier.
I have something here. I have something here, and it's important that I am able to say the whole thing. So don't you dare interrupt me.
So don't.
Okay,
Something I've written down earlier
please.
is my dad's a massive bastard and would easily kill your dad.
Right, that must be part of your. That must be part of your segment lies.
He'd easily
Because you've read that off my notes.
No, I haven't. That's my note. People on YouTube will have seen I check my notes to read that.
You put the groundwork in. You must be over 9 years old.
My dad had smashed your dad in a fight.
No, listen. Right.
Hockey stick to the nose.
What you've done is you've jumped ahead on my note as well. Because that was all about children lying being funny, which I was going on to, and then you spoiled it by being a note spoiler.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, I did write my dad is a massive bastard and could easily kill your dad.
Yeah.
Because little children telling lies is really funny
Yeah.
and baseless nonsense. But then even better is the participation of other children who are like, oh, okay, I believe that.
Yeah.
But I am now going to top that by saying my dad actually drives a tank to work. And once he shot a man and the police didn't even come after him because he shot the police. See, yeah. You're a perfect part of this children's line.
Joe Jarvis once told me he had a jetpack in his garage, which I totally believed.
Yeah. Can we go and see that?
Can we go and play with the jetpack? Oh, no, not today.
Dad said it's out of oil.
Damn! Yeah, and once I remember, like, often your dad speeding is quite a good one as well. My dad drives really fast.
No, don't even talk to me about your dad driving really fast, because my dad drives so fast, like a rally car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you even
he's up on two wheels sometimes.
You even told me once. You know how, like, when you look out the front of the car, it looks like it's going slow, but when you look out the side, it looks like it's going fast.
Yeah.
With my dad, it looks like it's going fast even out the front window.
That's really good. That's quite a good lie. It's quite a
very specific lie, isn't it?
Yeah, and it requires like a mutual understanding of perspective and moving through time and space. Very exciting.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad that we sorted out whose dad is hardest.
Yeah, mine.
For an extra bit of content on YouTube, our dads are going to fight in a pool, in a paddling pool,
full of
gummy bears.
Oh, good. You didn't go too dark with that.
Yeah,
that's nice.
What
do you
say
think? Corpses or something.
Sorrow.
Pool full of sorrow.
Yeah.
I like the word mendacity. It came up a lot in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Oh yeah.
That's my entire point about that.
Would you like to define it?
Mendacity. Oh yeah. Oops. Means like untruthfulness. And in the whole film, there's a big bloke. I think it's called Big Daddy.
Big Papa. Oh no, that's
something like that.
That's Biggie Smalls. He's called Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Weird,
and he's like mendacity, and he's always going on about mendacity.
That's really good. That's a fantastic impression of a book that we never saw a play of.
No. Yeah. So I just think it's a good word. But the word mendicant doesn't mean.
Oh, that sounds. Say that again.
Mendicant.
Yeah, we won't read any more into that.
Hey,
whoa! You're breaking down a very subtle joke. That was like a perfect wordsmith's joke.
I didn't understand the joke. I just thought, because I know our listeners to be of inferior quality, so I thought I'd break it down for them, to be honest. Right, recently... Oh, I'm going to...
I've just realised, the note just above the dad bit, I've also written... nut up and tell your grandma that you hate stewed apples.
What does that mean?
It was about little white lies.
So you shouldn't be like, I love it, Grandma.
Yeah.
Get lost,
Listen,
Grandma.
These sloppy apples, you can take them and you can stuff them up, you bloody... And then you cut out because your grandma clips you hard around the ear and you fall into a pond.
Yeah.
Grandma's pond.
Rightly
very
so.
narrow.
Death trap.
Yeah. Hedgehog died in it once.
Oh no!
I had to get it out.
Oh,
It was all bloated like a corpse. It was like CSI, like a big bloated hedgehog corpse.
CSI.
And then it all
Miami.
fell apart in my net, like it had turned into a sludge hedgehog.
All right, no.
It was absolutely terrifying.
Right, let's...
Not eating your cornflakes, are you? Maybe it's a Weetabix. You know what it looked like?
Get closer.
Weetabix. It looked exactly like Weetabix.
Let people hear the inside of your mouth. Oh no, that's horrible. I'm even next to you and that's bad.
Maybe we could bleep that.
Yeah, that's offensive material. Right, well, okay.
Come on.
If you've ever done an incredibly smelly poo,
Yes.
do you ever come out and go, ugh,
Definitely.
Someone's done something horrible in there.
I wouldn't go in there. Nothing to do with me. But
Yeah,
I didn't even go in there. I literally walked in, locked the door, came straight out. Massacre.
Yeah.
Absolute massacre.
Yeah, it was devastating. Have you ever done that? I've done that quite recently.
So I can remember immediately. Okay, I went to the Natural History Museum and for a lovely exhibit on
Dinosaurs?
No, it was Natural Wildlife Photographer exhibition of 2017.
Oh yeah, that one.
It was brilliant, really good exhibition. But before that, I needed to go for a quick wee, so I popped down the toilets, and there's heaps of little enclosed cubicles. So I popped in, came in, absolute scene of devastation in there. Someone had been like poo murdered in there, so it was crazy. I walked straight out again, but bumped into a guy. It was the only unoccupied stall, and I was like, mate, I wouldn't go in there.
Yeah.
And then walked past him, and then thought, that's like me. That's like I've taken responsibility.
Oh.
Because maybe he wasn't right behind me.
You should have said someone's in there or something.
Yeah.
You should have just told a lie.
Something terrible has happened in there.
I couldn't go in there.
I think that's a crime scene, and the tape must have not gone up yet.
So that's not a lie. So you've not done the lie.
So yeah, I was a victim of someone else's deception.
Yeah.
Someone's
not poo all over the walls.
Being like, hands up here, guys.
Maybe they did. Maybe they just crapped everywhere and went, right, well, what I've done is I've just crapped up the walls in there.
Oh God, I've crapped everywhere there. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I do regularly go out the other door of the toilet, because there's two doors for our toilet, one that comes into our office and the other one. And I sort of walk out the other door like, that is nothing to do with me. And then just walk all the way around the office and come back to my desk and just appear.
I think that's an important lie, because people don't want to think that about you either. No one wants to imagine anyone else doing a poo.
No one wants to make a really solid connection with the fact that
you and
he's gone in there and he's done a poo, and that is the consequence. No one, it's not pro-social for anyone, is it?
No.
No one wins that game.
Well, that's one of the things, isn't it? That the lies are helpful in life, aren't they? Because I've come up with a question.
It helps your poor old grandma save her feelings about her slippery apples.
True, but do you reckon if you had Pinocchio Syndrome, you would lie less?
Would I lie less? Well,
I mean, like, I guess your nose resets
to what
every
degree.
morning.
Okay, that's all right.
It grows a centimetre per lie.
That's quite a lot. A centimetre of nose. My nose is probably only 4 centimetres.
But it means that maybe people might not notice it actually happening during the lie. So I'm going to go for an inch. So they definitely notice it happening an inch.
Oh God, an inch you'd know quick.
Per lie.
And your nose must only be an inch from your face, right? So an inch of nose is a lot of nose.
Honker.
Listen to me, young man. Yeah, I reckon my honker growing an inch every lie. Yeah, would it like sparkle and twinkle as the nose came out, like a magic nose growth, or would it just very quietly just? Because I think if it was a big pomp and circumstance,
I think it just sort of creaks. Because you're made of wood, of course, as well.
Sure.
You're Pinocchio.
So it sounds like that noise of wood growing quickly that they dub over like forests growing quick.
Sort of creaky sound. Do you reckon you'd lie less? No, but
definitely. Or I'd lie a lot, like holding my nose.
Yeah, you might cut your nose off.
Oh no, Grandma, I like these apples. They're lovely.
Because you'd have to cut out things like that, wouldn't you? You'd have to cut out things.
You couldn't waste them on things like Grandma's feelings.
No.
Just like, listen here, mate. Rubbish.
Or
move on with your life.
Or because you have to just tell the truth, don't you? Actually. It's a null and void question, I've just realised.
Yeah, little bit.
They know you're lying, or
unless you've got like a scheme of rubber noses and moustaches and all sorts of or wear a kneecap whole time.
Yeah, right.
Although they'd see a little tent being pitched, wouldn't they, as the nose came out?
Yeah, that might look sinister.
Or like what is erecting in that face scarf of yours?
I'm just sticking my tongue out.
Oh, nothing. Got long tongue, ain't I? Yeah, but that is a peculiar thought experiment coined by the Mark and Ben.
Do you have any more points, mate?
Of course I do, pal. I'm well prepared. So yeah, I was thinking about pro-social bits about lying and how that's really interesting. And then I was thinking, what about the pole opposite of the terrible uproar about all politicians of being liars, right? Which is like a known stereotype. But it can't be the case that they're all liars, right?
Yeah.
I think politicians might just be, I don't want to say devious because that has a value judgment attached to it, but clever about what they promise. And then normal people just interpret them as statements of, like...
This is going to happen.
This term, if I'm elected, I'm really going to focus on reducing the amount of people who are
That's
being
basically
admitted to
lying, though,
hospital
isn't it?
and getting MRSA.
A better country for everyone. Like, I dream of a better country for everyone.
It's
I
all
stand
just-
for that.
Yeah, super generic, or I'm really going to focus my effort on X. You know, they're just clever about that. The breakdown is that people are like, hey, this guy means loads. He's all about that and all about this, and why wouldn't he just deliver all of it?
Yeah.
We need to be all clever and critical about people telling lies, and then not even lies, misrepresenting maybe. It's not what they're doing though. They're more clever than that. They tell the statements are valid even
Well,
after the fact.
I blame people as well a bit though.
And me. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going, baby.
Because people just want to know that things are definitely going to happen when you can't guarantee anything in a.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would already
variable
happened.
world. Yeah.
If you were, it's not. No one is like, hey, it's funny that people are dying in corridors in hospitals.
No.
No one thinks double thumbs up for that.
But I think they do tend to lie a bit more about what the actual focus and what's the word, like where the power structures of Earth come from. Oh, I think we might have a visitor. But no,
It's fine.
I've given him a 5-minute thing, even though we're
That's
going to
a
be
good
much more than
5
5 minutes. So where the power structures of life come from, because it's mostly about feeding the interests of incredibly rich people because they're the ones that fund their parties.
Yep.
So most of the time they're going, oh, we love the NHS, where actually they're like, oh, we love Goldman Sachs and hedge funds. That would be much more honest, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they misrepresent their what their focus is, but not in a way that you could like validate their statement and be like, hey man, that's totally not what you did.
Yeah.
But I just think it's interesting because saying all politicians are liars almost makes them, because liars are like little children.
Well,
right?
everyone's liars.
Liars are like, oh no, I don't like that. That's stupid. It's actually it's a bit worse to be calculating to deceive without.
Well, they're
saying
just
a
trying to
lie.
make people happy, aren't they? But everyone lies, don't they? I mean, in my job, both our jobs, I'm sure it's mostly based on lying.
It's a bit lying.
I'm a professional liar in a way as a copywriter.
Yeah, but like a politician though, right? You frame things in not an untruthful way, but in a way
A
that
very
would
specific
guide you
angle
in a certain way.
To not thinking about the actual truth.
Yeah.
The horrible truth.
The terrible truth.
The death is coming.
Do you advertise for a lot of like? There's that famous example where advertising is like, this product will not give you cancer, and then that guides you into thinking, oh, what about the products that I'm saying things will give me cancer? Sort of clever, deceptive ways of getting you to think other things. It's all advertising, it's all lies. You're all bastards. I quit and I'm a podcaster. So what? Pay me roughly £10 an hour to do this, and I'll happily do this forever and ever. Yeah?
Yeah, right then.
Okay, aces. We're in. £10 an hour each.
So that means we've earned £5 so far.
Shit. That was a bad deal I've made. Great. That was a deal with the devil, was it? That's just forever. Great.
Great.
Forever.
Well, yeah. I mean, I reckon we can call it quits
Aces.
because people don't want to listen to us banging on about lies.
No,
I've run out of notes.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I feel bad about having ended on a dour note. Perhaps we could
tell a lie.
My lie today will be that I went straight to a really depressive, like,
Go for it.
I'm having a nice time in my life.
Oh dear.
No, the lie today is essentially that my grandfather invented the current mixture used for road surfaces. He coined tarmac, and he produced the chemical reaction that caused tarmac to be able to be mixed twice as fast as it ever has been in human history. Have you ever heard such a dull lie? People shriek from the rooftops. No, I haven't.
I think
Please end your podcast.
I think what we might do is just fade that down at the end of the podcast.
Lovely to have you, everyone. Sweet week.
Sweet week. Boop. Oh, good. Oh yeah, and YouTube.
Oh, look at this. This guy. He's always there at the end, isn't he?
Maybe we should just leave that ending in for them and fade out your lie on the podcast.
Yeah,
Do you
lovely.
reckon?
Yeah, lovely.
That'd be a good idea, just so people know. If you want to get the full ending, you need to be here.
Full ending on the podcast.
No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Full ending, you need to be on the YouTube.
I'm not telling them. I'm just saying what we should say to the people.
Shut it.